Postseason energy has arrived in the playoff spotlight sim in my team. Head to the challenge menu for a huge opportunity to collect a star player card from every postseason team, including 16 pink diamond player cards available now in round 1.
Play 3 quick games against each playoff team to collect rewards. It's simple. 1 clutch time win, 1 in triple threat, and 1 in full lineup, and you'll be pulling in a new member of your My Team.
You'll take those player cards with you to complete future.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Portland Trail Blazers going up against the New York Knicks. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. And now, the New York Knicks starters. We've got Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart out there with Smooth. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Bridges in at the 2. And for the Trailblazers, the wings, Sharp and Avdia. Then it's Anthony Simons. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the power forward position. Oh, Stan, this should be a fun one. A clash at the center position.
Yeah, and Kevin, the way the game has changed, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see one where 2 great big guys going at it, and they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good centers.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Outside, Avdia. Sharp on the wing. Pass to Kamare. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Chauncey Billups and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about facing a point guard like Jalen Brunson, and he told me Jalen's got a great sense for angles and knows how to attack if anyone's out of position. They have to stay disciplined on defense. Of course, Brunson will be the focus of their attention tonight. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
Good quickness there, Sharp. Exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Stan, after 11 seasons with this Blazer organization, Damian Lillard traded away in 2023. What a run he had for Portland.
Incredible, Kevin. Not only in terms of his scoring and his individual honors, but the success he brought to the team. While they didn't get over the top and get to the finals, they were a consistent winner. If you were a fan in Portland, you had a good team to come and watch for all of those years.
Now, here's Hart. Following the miss by Denny Avdia. Puts it up from 12. Brunson, no good. The Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Brunson against Simon. And the wide open shot from Avdia. Good on the 3-point shot.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Pass to Smooth. Launches it. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson. 12 points for Smooth.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
3-pointers, Tottenham. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Brunson with it. Now Avdia defending. Drills the 3-pointer. Smooth's got 15 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and
2 minutes remaining in the first.
They've been able to get these good looks.
And the first time out of the game called here for the Trailblazers. We've seen Smooth really having a great game.
Well, I think about throwing something new at him. Maybe bring another defender, force the ball out of his
Blazer dancers.
A different look for him. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. OG Anunoby comes in for Josh Hart. And Miles McBride subbed in for Bridges. Now, here's Grant. 23 points his last outing. Doesn't go that time. 10 points separating the teams. Stan on the floor tonight. One of the best two-way players in the game.
Trailblazers foul.
Yeah, Kevin, look.
Matisse
He's
Thybulle.
become a knockdown
First
three-point
personal
shooter,
foul.
but he also
First
does a
team
great job
foul.
of putting the ball on the floor, attacking
Shooting
the
for New
basket,
York,
and getting to the
Miles
free throw
McBride.
line. He puts a
At the line
lot
for
of
two.
pressure on the defense.
And McBride drops them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Simons surveying the D. Passes it to Williams. They can't stop the run with that one.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Robinson. A slam dunk by Robinson.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And look at the hops on Grant, lifting off for a slam before the D can contain it.
Brunson the pass is smooth. No good on the triple. Robinson, that's good.
Mitchell Robinson.
We're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Now here's Williams. Hasn't made one yet. Simons kicks to Grant. Brunson the pass to McBride. And that one
Miles
good.
McBride.
Wasted no time
Assisted
settling into
Jalen
their
Brunson.
offense.
Trailblazers trail by 16. Outside, Simons. There's 25 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And finished off by Williams.
Relentless effort from Williams, the board and the bucket.
Here's Brunson. Gets that one to fall
Jalen
after missing
Brunson.
his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Simons with the ball. The pass to Thybulle. And so it's the New York
the end of
Knicks.
the first quarter.
Both sides
With
of
your
the
score,
lead as a quarter wraps
your
up.
Trailblazers,
They're ahead, 16 points. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous
25.
shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Right back after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Knicks?
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Anthony
Else they've
Simons.
done well tonight is finding
Danny
points
Avdia
in
with the
transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Jalen Brunson out there at
New
Bridges.
York
Then there's Towns.
Foul
Then it's
Anthony
OG
Towns.
Anunoby. And it's hard.
Personal foul.
And guys, point of
Nick
emphasis for the league
substitution.
is to really
Precious
crack down
Achiuwa.
on illegal screens.
Cameron Payne.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Achiuwa, he's checked in for Anunoby, and it's Payne in for Jalen Brunson. Now, here's Avdia. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. 6 to shoot. Here's Sharp. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way out.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
We've seen some flashes, Coach, from Shaden Sharp in his career. He can get hot in a hurry.
Well, look, Kevin, he is a great athlete, and when his shot starts to fall consistently,
Mikal Bridges.
he can be electric. Right now, he's putting it together little by little. He's just got to continue to improve.
And it's Simons missing. The Knicks lead by 14. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Allmark. David?
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. In the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing.
But the rest is tough. Thank you.
Well, you can count on Towns to finish with strength anytime he has the chance.
Now a timeout called by Portland. We have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play one-on-one, he's going to...
Substitution on the court.
3 minutes of
2
action
minutes
so far in
remaining
the
in the
second
first
quarter.
half. 2 minutes.
Pass to McBride. Here's Smooth. It falls for the sixth time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Looking to end the run. And then shoot with the dunk.
It seems like all of these guys come into the league now with great handles, and Sharp is no exception.
Here's Smooth. Count that
Number
one as his
43.
7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
102 left in the first half. Here's Grant. Second shot opportunity. He can't get that one. Some solid defense from Robinson.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Portland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Smooth. Coming off 31 points last game. Good
Number
once again. That
43.
makes it 8 for 9 this
The
game.
assist,
Just no
Miles
resistance
McBride.
on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And here's Sharp. 6 points for him. 19 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Clock at 4. Portland needs to get off a shot. Grant for 3. Knicks with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And bottom line, they found
Number
ways
33.
to score. Credit the
Assist
game plan
from
going in.
Miles
It was
McBride.
right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their
That's
preparation
the end of the first
and
half.
mental fortitude.
With the score,
And so
the
it's New York
Trailblazers
rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap
The
up the
Knicks,
quarter. A look at the field goal
47.
percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We've got more in store for you right after this. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
The wings, Sharp and Avdia. Then it's Anthony Simons. Then there's Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the 4 spot. So that's who Chauncey Billups starts the second half with. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys,
Trailblazers
well,
foul.
Smooth in the last game against Sacramento
First
played
personal
superb
foul.
basketball.
First
He scored
team foul.
31 points, and that was a season high
Shooting
for
for
him in
New York.
scoring. Tonight to
Miguel
remember.
Bridges
Just a
taking
fantastic
2
night
shots.
for him. The kind he wants to have every night, I'm sure. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for New York. Their next game is in San Francisco, so a road game with the Warriors.
43.
And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Sharp with it. Now guarded by Tom. And that one's good.
A nice release from the pick and roll there from him. And he gets rewarded for it.
Loads of expectations come with going #1 overall, Stan. We all know that. Just ask DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, Kevin, I think he's become one of the more underrated players in this league. He was the top pick in 2018. People will always measure him against that standard. But look, he's averaged a double-double every season in the league. It's not easy to be that consistent.
Abdia can't hit.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Brunson, no good. For Portland, they've got just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker with the break. And it's Sharp missing.
This is not how they wanted to start the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Towns, and it's Ayton with the rebound. The Trailblazers shooting only 31% their offense, really struggling to put possessions together. And it's Simons off the drive. And the rejection by Towns.
And that's outstanding defense and timing by Towns.
43.
Good to see him
Assisted
making an
by
impact on this
Jalen
game.
Brunson.
Well, he's been a lot of their offense, and the numbers certainly show it.
Simons against Brunson. Simons, the pass to Abdia. And he makes that one. He's going to hit his second basket of the night. The Nets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the
2
second.
minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Brunson, the bounce pass. And he nails it.
Number
The
43.
three-pointer falls from Smooth.
Well, they keep going to him, and he keeps delivering.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Simons, it's rebounded by New York. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end.
Assist
Just
from
not able to give
number
them
43.
any kind of a lift.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
It's good.
Number 43.
34 points for Smooth.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now Simons. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. And there's the whistle.
Denny
That goes
Abdia.
on Denny
First
Abdia.
personal foul.
That is his first foul of the
Second
game.
team foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and
Substitution
cut
on
him
the
off,
court.
but just didn't get there quick enough.
So New York ends up going with the new group. Now, here's Achua. He's guarded by Williams. Payne looking around. Clock at 6. Over to the wing. Here's McBride. And
New
Mitchell
York
Robinson
foul.
is going to pick up the foul.
Mitchell Robinson.
That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
Delano Banton's checked in for an
Now on the floor
37.
for your Trailblazers, Delano Banton.
Here's Banton. Payne covering. They need this. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the way.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
Now, here's Anunoby. Still yet to score. Pass to Payne. Lets it go. That one, no good. The three-quarters of play all
The
in
end
the
of
books.
three.
And this one
And your
all
score.
went over already.
Your
It's out
Trailblazers,
front, running away
26.
with it. And when
The
we
Knicks,
return, we'll get the fourth
62.
quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. It's so easy, Coach, to highlight the athleticism, but there's certainly a mental aspect to the game as well. And I know you value that as a coach.
You can never, Kevin, overestimate how important intelligence is. I was in the NBA, or have been around the NBA for 30 years, and I have never seen one really good player who wasn't really smart.
And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, they've got Precious Achiuwa, Miles McBride out there with Cameron Payne. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Bassey in at the 5 down low. Manton, the pass to Walker. Feibel for 3. It's hauled in by Achiuwa. Achiuwa's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Anunoby, here we go.
OG
Basket
Anunoby.
good.
And how about Anunoby using all that momentum to finish past the defense? Refused to be denied.
Pass to Klingon. Anunoby against Grant. So Stan, I've been wondering about these different approaches. The development system for youth basketball is vastly different in the U.S. than in Europe. Which do you think is best?
Well, I think in terms of developing skills, Kevin, we've seen it. The European players of all sizes have very well-rounded games skill-wise. They do a lot of work on a daily basis developing those skills, whereas in the U.S., our young guys play a lot of games in the AAU system. Skill development not as strong, but they do learn to compete on an everyday basis.
No good from Grant.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
Payne finds Anunoby. Passes to Bassey. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Not going to go that time. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
To the paint. Here's Achiuwa. The kick out to Anunoby. Now the pass to McBride. Down to 5 on the shot clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Bassey. And Klingon pulls it down.
2 minutes
Defense is
in the
playing off
game.
like that.
2
You
minutes.
want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Stolen. And here's the fast break. He lobs it up.
And what started it all, terrific
Assist goes
anticipation
to
on the
Miles
defensive end.
McBride.
Well, as a coach, you're always telling your guys to play hard. That's what we need.
Pass to Walker. Here's Klingon, covered by Achiuwa. Klingon's shot is off. For New York, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for New York.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And the win-loss column, tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Smooth.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't,
Cameron
everyone
Payne.
was surprised. They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Pass to Thibault. Passes it to Banton. Trying to end the drought. It's hauled in by Achua. Now here's Payne, guarded closely. So no problem for New York as they get the win.
And that's the
This
end of
crowd
the
was
game.
stunned by the manner in which their team was
What
dismantled.
a fun evening it's been, fans.
I don't
Thanks for
care
coming out
what the
tonight.
matchup
Please
is.
drive
Never
home
expect
safely.
the road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The spotlight is on you, 2K community. Here are your top plays of the week. Let's throw down in Old Town with K-Ran 1. Sets a bone-rattling screen and rim runs for the off-backboard jam. K screened, K ran, K slammed, and then K laughed. Having fun in the Old Town Park for sure. Pro hopping.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson. Joining me, analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and reporter Allie LaForce. Now, New York starting five. Jalen Brunson is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Smooth in at the 3 slot. And for the Warriors, Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Butler out there with Kuminga. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Richard, for the teams that are playoff bound at this point of the season, do they change anything for the rest of the year?
The main thing is you've got to keep guys fresh. And a coach doesn't want to give too much away in terms of game planning. There is a lot to consider in these moments.
And it's the Knicks to start out. Now Brunson. Pass to Smooth. Lets the 3 fly. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. Outside Curry. The 3 ball. And it's New York with a rebound. Here's Smooth. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
Now here's Hield. Doing some damage on the offensive end. Putting up a little over 14 points a game. You know, when you look around the league at the young players, Kuminga is one of the stars.
It's hard to ignore the work that he's done in his young career. The championship team. There's no doubt he's blossoming into a star in this league. We got to keep an eye out for him.
New York shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. First one at the line is good. And Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Both good from the line that time. Here's Curry. Last game, he had 28 points. From deep. Hart pulls it in. Pass to Smooth. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Josh Hart. Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Now here's Hield. The 3 from Curry. Connects from downtown.
When Curry gets a look that's good, he is automatic. There's almost no stopping him.
Here's Brunson. And the layup is good off the glass.
They've come out strong, 3 of their first 4 to start the game.
Curry against Brunson. Kuminga down low. Fades. The Knicks pull it in. Last time they met was in New York.
And they won that last game between these teams easily, posting a scorching hot field goal percentage. They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
Golden State has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Butler on the wing. with the defensive effort. The Knicks have gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Smooth. Good on the shot.
43.
Smooth's got 10 points in the game.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw out all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
Now here's Butler. An 11-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
He's more than chipped in on the glass as well. Just a tremendous effort last time out.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Shooting 2.
And he drops it first.
One of the toughest players in the NBA. No doubt Butler's teammates love having him around.
Butler hits them both.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Brunson passes to Smooth. Yes.
Number 43.
Nice assist from Brunson. He's got 12.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
To the left side wing.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside Nijinsky.
2 minutes.
From outside, off the mark. Knicks leading by 9. Pass to Smooth. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
Timeout called, the Warriors.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
I'm sure coach is going to give them an earful about that. You can't be happy with that soft interior D.
Now we get a chance to check some stats for Stephen Curry. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Robinson with the block. And they'll keep possession. Here's Moody. And it's off the back of the rim, no good. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for New York. Pass to Payne. Outside Anunoby. There's a minute 12 left to play in the first. Count it. Good.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Now here's Butler. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. Pass to Hart. Over Butler. Shot's good by Hart.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Outside Butler. Here's Post. Robinson defending. 5 on the clock. Post shot, no good.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Outside Payne. Lays it up and banks it in.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And so it's New York, leading by 17 at the end of the period. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Knicks team out there.
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge, too.
Kuminga plays the 4 with Draymond sliding up to the 5. Curry and Hield to the sharp-shooting backcourt. And it's Moody in at the 3. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter.
Aging in the league can be a difficult process, Richard, but that's something you did very well.
Wow, a compliment. Thank you, B.A. Look, I knew I had to adapt or I would have been out of league sooner than I wanted to. You have to be able to adapt or die. That's what this league is about.
Here's Curry. Out to Hield. Here's the 3. The Knicks pull it in. Coming off a win against the Blazers.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one. And that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, they just pummeled them from the perimeter. Did a nice job working the ball around and getting those high percentage looks.
Hield against Bridges. Outside Moody. Outside Kuminga. Goes up on the wing. That one's wide left. New York leading by 21. Now here's Anunoby. He's averaging about 6 points per game. Bridges outside. Left side Brunson. Again, the Knicks. Good for 2 more.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They put up a nice win against Sacramento last time out.
It always helps when your opponent turns the ball over that many times. I thought it was the deciding factor overall.
It definitely made things easier for them. When the other team is just handing you the ball back, you got to make them pay for it.
Check in on the race for Rookie of the Year and see how the rankings are shaping up for this year's class of new NBA talents. He's shown us throughout the course of this season that he's at the top of his rookie class, so it's no surprise to see him in the top spot.
And there's no doubt he's the top contender. I'll be shocked if he's not lifting the Rookie of the Year trophy later on.
Yeah, at this point, he has separated himself from the pack. I don't know what more he could have done this year. It's been one amazing performance after another.
Here's Smooth. Rebounded by Green.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, Smooth in their last game against the Trailblazers was a man on a mission. He came away with 34 points, and a total like that was good enough to mark his high for the season. Putting in a performance like that one really puts momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Warriors trail by 21. Hield has bounced around for a while now, but he's still a deadly shooter, Richard.
Hield is the definition of a shooter for hire. He's a mercenary. When he's on the floor, he's looking to pull up from deep. That's what he's paid to do. He's been an elite shooter his whole career.
Hits the three-pointer. Kuminga's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
This man sees everything on the court. Curry just dropping dimes out there.
Pass to Smooth. Rebounded by Green.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
And it's Hield missing. New York leading by 18. Here's Smooth. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Curry with it. And his scoring average of 31.5 points a game is fantastic. And here's Kuminga for three. Gets it to go. His second make in 6 tries.
He was inside his own zone in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Here's Brunson. And that one's good. Brunson's got 6 here in the quarter.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
Healed against Bridges. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair.
First personal foul. First team
It's
foul.
his first trip to the line.
At the line for the Dubs, Buddy Hield. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Known as a volume three-point shooter, Hield is effective both as a starter as well as coming off the bench.
So New York ends up going with a whole new group. He's off on the second.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Knicks leading by 18. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And a big finish by Robinson.
Great teamwork and great timing.
Oh, spectacular play. And here's Butler. Let's go with a 3. And so it's the New York Knicks ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. We'll be right back with you shortly. Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Here's Butler. On the court right now for the Knicks. We've got Mikal Bridges. Josh Hart is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Jalen Brunson, and it's Smooth in at the small forward position. Curry against Brunson, and it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got 4 rebounds in the game. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Warriors can be sloppy with the ball. Coach Person, I don't mind turnovers that result from trying to make the extra pass. It's the ones that don't stand a chance to get through that bother me. If we just hit singles, we have so many playmakers and shooters that it's all going to come out pretty positively. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. Now Bridges. 3-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. Smooth's got 19 points.
He's putting the team on his back. Incredible scoring performance thus far.
Well, Richard, he's the Iron Man of the NBA right now. Mikal Bridges takes pride in being available on a nightly basis.
Ability is availability, and Bridges does whatever it takes to not miss games. More teams need to take this mindset.
Here's Smooth. He's watched by Kuminga. Towns up top. Here's Brunson. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Brunson's got 10.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Curry finds Kuminga. And a nice finish on the layup. He's got 10.
Got a nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
Curry against Brunson. Warriors with the rebound. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. Curry against Brunson. Curry's shot is off. New York leading by 19. Here's Smooth. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Smooth's got 5 points in the quarter.
Creative at the rim, giving the fans their money's worth.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
And coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Kevon Looney.
It's not a great trend for him. Not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. Maybe it's his effort, or who knows, but that's something that needs to change.
Here's Post. Robinson defending. Knocked away. Robinson with a steal. Here's McBride. And it's New York scoring again.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. Shoot, any fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away.
They get the rebound.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
The contest and the rebound, folks. That is how you defend.
Curry against Brunson. Right side, Anunoby. Now here's McBride. Moody defends. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
New York, Miles McBride. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And the Warriors making a switch here. Pajemski's checked in. Bassey, he's checked in for New York. Payne comes in for Jalen Brunson. He's perfect from the line this time. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Pajemski with it, and it's Payne picking him up. On the wing, Curry. And there's foul. It'll go on Miles McBride. That's his first foul.
Team foul.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
There's 1:26 left to play in the third quarter. Moody from outside. And it's New York with a rebound.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Payne against Curry. Pass to McBride. The 3 is up. And the 3-pointer goes. McBride's got 7 points here in the quarter.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
And a deep 3 from Curry. No good. Unable to win this run.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Kicks it out to Anunoby. Rebound by Moody. Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Pajemski. And that one is never home.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Outside Payne. And Cameron Payne is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Substitution on the court.
Five ticks left in the third quarter. And they'll get another chance. And so it's New York already up 26 points as this quarter ends. They know Curry can go for 50, 60 any night. So they're forcing someone else to beat him. Back to the game after this break. Steve Kerr with some words for his players.
Gain control. Come on now. Every pass, every possession. Play with a purpose. We talked about this, all right? Solid plays every time. Right now. Come on.
Ooh, some fire in Coach Kerr's voice right there. Demanding his team kick it up a notch.
Great intensity from Coach. Less than happy with his team's effort right now.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Kevon Looney is out there with Trace Jackson-Davis. Then there's Brandon Pajemski, and it's Spencer in at the point. That's the Warriors 5. Here's Pajemski. Pass to Spencer. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Here's Looney. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Pajemski. No good from 11 feet. And for New York, they're shooting 76%. You don't see this often. Hart. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Pass to Santos. Launches the 3. And no good. Outside Hart. Outside Payne. And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
Pass to Jackson-Davis. Now here's Looney. Yep, that one goes. Looney's got his first 2 points. So it's the Knicks now. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points. They'll be hosting Miami for their next game. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Here's McBride. Soft touch off the glass. McBride's got 9 points now in the second half.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Outside Payne. Outside McBride. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. 5 to shoot. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Payne with the bucket.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Looney. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Outside Payne. And he's going for the oop here. And a big finish by Robinson.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Pass to Santos. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Pajemski. And again, no good by Golden State.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Outside Hart. Outside Achua.
basket's good.
Precious.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Knicks.
They had more assists and shot the ball more efficiently. Those things tend to go hand in hand.
And that's so true. Without a doubt, their ball movement was essential to winning this game.
And you have to like how they've played this year. 55 wins in total.
And even though this season series was only 2 games, a sweep is still a sweep.
And what a huge performance it was for Scoot.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Outside Achua. 41 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's McBride. Goes back up. Pass to Robinson. Outside Hart. Second shot opportunity. Another one falls for New York.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Pass to Spencer. Now here's Looney. Over Achua. And so New York takes this one by a big margin. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.